G'day, I'm Schuey from Smoked Barbecue Sauce, and today I'm going to be cooking a rotisserie chicken with a super tasty homemade gravy. So let's get into it. That's right, today I'm going to be cooking a rotisserie chicken and making a super tasty gravy to go with it. Now, if you haven't been making your own homemade gravy, you have seriously been missing out. But anyway, first thing we need to do is prep the chicken. So using some butcher's twine, I'm going to loop that around underneath the breast, making sure to get the wings, and that'll hold them in place next to the bird. Then I'm going to tie that off and tie the drumsticks together. This is going to hold all that chicken together and it's going to cook more evenly. We can now skewer onto the rotisserie and put it aside. With any rub, you just want to enhance the natural flavours of the protein you are cooking. And today's cook is no different with this bird. What we're going to start off with is slightly oiling the chicken. This does two things. It's going to help that rub to stick to the skin, and it's also going to help crisp up the skin a little. Now use whatever seasoning you want to flavour the outside. Today I'm using a mix of salt, pepper, lemon zest, rosemary and garlic in pretty much equal quantities. Give the bird an even coating all over and put that aside. It's time to start the gravy. Now you're going to need a heat-proof pan for this part, and now we just want to peel and roughly slice up 2 medium-sized onions and place them into the pan. Now just push that aside because we're going to get to the rest of it a little bit later. Today I'm going to be setting up a 22-inch Weber kettle with the rotisserie attachment to cook this charcoal chicken. To do this, I'll start off by lighting half a chimney starter of lumped charcoal. Then, once this is all ashed over, I'll place this in one charcoal basket to the side of the charcoal grate. I'll place the pan with the onions in the centre of the charcoal grate to catch any fat drippings, and I'll add 2 cups of hot water. I'm also going to use some smoking wood. Today I'll be giving pear a go, as it should pair nicely with the chicken. Just place 1 chunk on the lit charcoal. Now place the lid back on, making sure all the vents are wide open, and we'll wait until the smoke settles to a thin blue colour. The smoke has finally settled and the Weber is humming along perfectly at around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is now time to get that chicken in there. It's easy enough. Just lift the lid, slide the skewer into the motor and turn it on. Put the lid back on and wait. I've just checked the internal temperature of the chicken and it's reading 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's time to get it off. Easy enough, just remove it from the heat, take it off the skewer and cover with some foil and a couple of towels while we make the gravy. It's time to use those juices to make our gravy now. It's so simple, you're going to be wishing you had been doing this years ago. So you just need to grab that pan with the onions and the drippings in it, and I'm going to transfer the contents of that drip tray into a saucepan. I'm going to put it over a medium to high heat until it simmers. Add in some wine and some chicken stock and return it to a simmer, and then lower the heat and cook off the alcohol and reduce the liquid down by at least 1/3. Now we want to melt some butter in a saucepan and add some flour. We're going to whisk that until we have a nice nutty brown colour. Then we're going to add this to thicken up the gravy mixture. Give it a little taste, season it with some salt and pepper. Now just put it through a strainer and it's ready to serve. By resting the chicken under the foil and some towels, it has retained all of that heat and is still at the perfect eating temperature. All you need now is to decide whether or not you want dark or white meat. I prefer a little of each when eating a roast chicken, but now that you know how to make your own gravy, you'll ask for more meat just to have more gravy. Roast chicken can be served with any number of combination of roasted vegetables or steamed vegetables, but one of my favourite ways of eating it is in a soft hot dog roll slathered in homemade gravy. It just doesn't get any better than that. Well, there you have it, rotisserie chicken with an easy homemade gravy. All you have to do is lightly oil it, season it with herbs that complement the chicken, and just add a lick of smoke. If you'd like to check out this recipe a little further, there's a link in the description to the website for a full list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions. Thanks for watching. It's now time for me to dig in and have another chicken roll. Cheers! A rotisserie chicken. To do this, I'll start by lighting. To do this, I'll start by lighting. To do this, and it's, forget what I'm going to say. I don't know if you can hear that. For a full list of ingredients and a full step-by-step of this, for a full list of ingredients and a step-by-step instructions. For a full list of ingredients used and a step-by-step instruction. Full list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions. Take two.